learned something new this week, actually a few things new this month. And in addition to this book, which we have here at Shen through interlibrary loan, and this book, which I just love thinking about, wondering with children, one of my favorite things to do, there's this new book from Georgia Hurd. And for those of us who are interested in mindfulness, I know a lot of us are at the elementary level. We're doing this with kids. There's a poem in here called Nature Walk. Walk gently into a forest, kiss the ground with your feet, and it goes on. And this connects to a webinar that I listened to with Lucas Lebert today. And something that I learned from him was about BDNF and how it promotes the development of your brain. And I thought it was also interesting that on a much longer hike, that it can increase your ability to problem solve. So if you're interested in that too, check out the Georgia Hurd books that are available through interlibrary loan. And I know that Lucas's slides will be coming out, and also the recording of his session today.
Hey, what I learned this week is that Google is wrapping up and shutting down the old Google sites. So there is a timeline when any site that's in the old Google sites will automatically be converted to a new Google site and placed in your new Google Sites folders. So how do you tell if you have an old Google site? And then you have to make the decision, one, do I want to export it to a new Google site and continue using it, or do I just want to delete it so that Google doesn't do that? So to get to Google Sites, you can use your Rubik's Cube on a new page up here and go to Sites. When you get to Google Sites, you're going to click these three little bars in the upper left-hand corner, and you're going to scroll down to Classic Sites. These will show you sites that you created with the old Google Sites tool. So if one of these many sites that you see in my list is still an active site that you are using, you're going to want to convert it to a new Google site. You can do that simply by clicking on the site, coming up here to the gear, and coming down to Manage Site. When you do Manage Site, you'll be able to do one of two things. You can use the Convert to New Google Sites tool here to convert, or when you're on the General tab, you can scroll down and choose Delete this site. Once that site's deleted, you're not going to get it back, so don't delete it unless you're sure. But if you know you don't want it converted because you're no longer using it as an old site, you've already created a new one that you've been using to replace it, go ahead and delete those so Google doesn't automatically convert them. I don't think they're going to do that till December, but you don't want to have them convert 15 old sites and put them into your new sites folders. So that's how you either convert an old Google site to a new one, or how you delete an old Google site so that it doesn't automatically get converted for you.